The New England Patriots needed to make a change. They started things off with this year's draft, drafting Drake Maye. They came back in the second, drafting Jalen Polk, and then in the fourth round, the gem fell to them, and they had to slam that button and drafted Javon Baker. They got some good wide receivers. They got their quarterback. Bill Belichick is gone. Can they turn things around? Can they get this passing game back on track? We're going to talk about Javon Baker. We're going to talk about Jalen Polk. We're going to talk about these wide receivers coming into the depth chart. We're also going to talk a little bit of Jacoby Brissett. We're going to talk about Drake Maye. But first, we got to look at the dog inside Javon Baker. This video originally started about something he said that caught my eye that I wanted to talk about. But before we do all that, you need to click that subscribe button right now, because we're talking about these rookies every single day this offseason. We're covering rookie camps. We're talking about the advanced metrics and everything else. Click that button. Stop missing out. So this clip here is very important to me, and I've said it before. Javon Baker's got the dog in him. You're going to see it here. And I got some more things to say. I got a comparison about his mentals to another player. You let me know who that player reminds you of, and I'll play this while you think about that.
No way in America. Ten receivers better than me. Out of your f***ing mind. You know, I work, you know. I'll tell you that much. I'm going to go again. Make you popcorn. I make people in wheelchairs stand up.
I make people in wheelchairs stand up. So you catch that first part. Ain't no way 10 wide receivers get drafted ahead of me. What wide receiver in the league that got drafted in the 4th round said something similar? That's Amon-Ra St. Brown. The thing about him is that he says this stuff all the time. It is not just for show, for this Instagram clip or Twitter clip or whatever. This is just how he is. He takes offense if you tell him it's a 50-50 ball, and what do you think about it? What's your mentality towards that? He gets mad because you don't call it 100-0 ball him. He says that. He gets mad. You watch those reporters at the Senior Bowl try to talk to him in that way. He gets upset quick. And that shows the dog in him. If anything, he's got that spirit in him to where he's going to push forward. And I just like that mentality of a player like that. I think Javon Baker falling to the 4th round is a mistake by the NFL. And I think he's a player, even as a role player on a depth chart, could really help out an NFL team. I really think he's got a lot of upside, and I think going to the Patriots might be the best spot, or a great spot for him, because he can climb this depth chart. As you can see here, we see Jalen Polk, Juju Smith-Schuster, Demario Douglas, Kendrick Bourne. We got some players there, but we also got some jabronis. It's a depth chart that's very ambiguous. You look at him, the combine metrics are okay. They're competitive. They're okay. They're great. But it fell to the 4th round, but 4.10. So we didn't fall deep into the 4th round, but this is a deep wide receiver class. Probably 20 wide receivers deep of good profiles that should be drafted on day 2 or higher. Usually it's around 10 to 12. So, of course, a couple wide receivers are going to splooge over to the 4th round, and those wide receivers should be getting drafted early in the 4th round. He kind of did there at 4:10, but looking at the stats here, he went to Alabama. It's tough to compete there. He worked with some of the best wide receivers in the NFL there. He went to UCF. Instantly was productive, though, at age 20 with a 23.57% market share. The thing about that, some of the top wide receivers in this class broke out at age 20. So I think that's kind of fine. Also, the year after that, that's where we went bonkers. Last year, 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns, a 33.86% market share of the team's passing production, pushing elite status, pretty much elite status, top end, one of the best in the league when it comes to owning the passing production of his team. That is good. And he's lights out on the field, good ball skills, creates separation, very nasty off the break. You look at Jalen Polk. Because we got to talk about this guy too. It's not all Javon Baker. He just has that dog in him. Jalen Polk. Very, very similar. When it comes to production, went to Texas Tech, went to Washington, took a little bit, but was productive in 2023. Had a big season. 22.9% market share. But he was sharing the depth chart with Jalen McMillan, Rome Odunze. So he had some prolific weapons there to share the wide receiver room with, but was still very productive here in 2023. 2022, you can't shake a stick at that considering who was on the field with him. And now you look at the yards per route run versus the targets per route. Javon Baker up there with some great names. You got Rome Odunze, Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr. up there in the top right. Jalen Polk's a little bit lower, but I'll talk about the advanced metrics that fit him. This is versus single coverage, but this is great for Javon Baker. He is in elite territory with the top tier wide receivers. This wasn't cherry picked, found on Twitter, but Jalen Polk looking all right here. Javon Baker, one-on-one. I wonder why. One-on-one is good for him because he's got that dog in him, and Javon Baker, solid off the 9 route, the corner, the post, the out, curl and slant, all routes where you got to have that dog in. You got to get downfield. You got to make that cut. You got to create that separation, not running comebacks or flats. That short stuff ain't in it. He is a deep ball guy. We'll see that in numbers later. Jalen Polk, same thing. The downfield ability there, 54.2% hit rate on the 9 route, but we got Rome Odunze to help out with that. But the post, the dig, the comeback, the curl, this is all from reception perception. I'll call that out. It's down there below. But still, solid and also good on the short game. When we look at the Patriots here, I want to call out some things here. One, Ezekiel Elliott was 3rd on the team in targets, but there was injuries with these wide receivers. But I really wanted to point that out because I think it's funny. But ADOT-wise, 8.3 for Douglas, 9.1 for Henry, 10.4 for Kendrick Bourne. Not many guys in double-digit ADOT range. This is where Javon Baker and Jalen Polk will come in. They're there to stretch the field. Drake Maye likes to throw it deep. They are going to come in and make some changes with this offense. They're going to get more vertical. They want to get more vertical. That's what this draft said. They want to push it downfield. They're going to do so here soon. And you look at the pass rate here, 59% versus a 41% run rate. So middle of the league, really. I think they're going to want that up. I think especially drafting Drake Maye, getting him some wide receivers. They'll probably get him some more wide receivers. I think the passing rate's going to increase. I think they're going to get a little faster if everything comes together. If not, it's back to the drawing board anyways. But looking at Drake Maye, you may have to zoom in this chart a little bit. 84 deep ball attempts, 20 yards or more. Top 6 in the league when it comes to deep ball attempts. He likes to throw it downfield. Got a good ADOT too when he's throwing it downfield. Also his quarterback rating, 113. So he pushes it downfield. He likes to. One of the tops in college football when it comes to his ferocity of throwing the deep ball. We do not have that with Jacoby Brissett. He's a backup quarterback that is very safe. He's going to be safe with the football. He's going to dink and duck. He's going to be good with the incumbent wide receivers. And as these young bucks start to climb the depth chart, as Drake Maye climbs the depth chart, there's going to be marriage with the deep ball. We're going to see that. You don't see a quarterback just change with their deep ball attempts all of a sudden. He's a deep ball guy, top 6 in college football with pushing it downfield. You see Michael Penix up there, but he had 3 stud wide receivers. But when you look at Jalen Polk, his ADOT, 13.1 on his career, 15.7 his highest in 2022, 13.8 when he had the most volume in 2023. Javon Baker, 17.1 ADOT in 2023. He gets it deep. Both these wide receivers are deep ball specialists. Both these wide receivers like to get it deep. One got drafted in the 2nd round, one got drafted in the 4th. But both these wide receivers have the upside to stretch it vertical. Drake Maye needs them both. He needs them both to hit. If both these wide receivers hit, Drake Maye is going to transition fast. This is a puzzle that has to come together We got an idea of what the Patriots want to do. They want to push it vertical more. They want to be more aggressive downfield. They want assertive wide receivers at the catch point. They got a quarterback that's very assertive, pushing it downfield. If they can get it all to marriage, you could be seeing one of the most explosive offenses in the league, and you could be seeing an offense that exceeds expectations. If it doesn't happen, it's back to the drawing board. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.